Alrighty, welcome to another video, another part build for a new model, and this time it's gonna be a 1970 GSX. I have already started it. I've cut some things off the sprues and glued them together. There's a few extra parts that come with this kit, just for wheel options, and whether or not you want to make it a drag version or dual carbs to come through the hood. Other than that, there's not really too much to it. It's pretty much a nice kit. There's no flash on this compared to the Atlantis kit. But to show off what I've done, here is the body. I have already sanded it. You can see some Sharpie marks. What I did is because the mold lines are actually a little hard to see, so I just took a Sharpie and just marked the mold line and then sanded it. And then once the Sharpie was gone, I knew the mold line was gone. So it just made it easier for me. But there's mold lines all along here and on here. So, I mean, I can tell a big difference if I rub my finger on there. They're all gone. But other than that, the body is nice and smooth. The reservoir and the battery are molded in here, obviously, as you can see. So that's nice. Like I do is paint it up and detail it, do a little dry brush or weathering, and just make the letters pop out. Other than that, that is pretty much it for the body. There's nothing else to it. Let's see here. Here is the engine. I got it all glued together. Put a couple of chrome pieces on there, which are just going to get painted anyway. So the engine's nice big block. So this is all set to get painted. I got two different hoods. One for the stock engine and one for the dual carb that'll stick through. I'm just going to go with the stock because I just want my hood to be nice and flat. So I'll just use this as a test piece on something, or unless I change it out for something else. I got the side mirrors sitting here. Paint those separate from everything. This little piece right here, guys, I just glued it on. I know it's supposed to be black if you want the hood to be a different color, but I'm just gonna make it the same color as the hood. There's really no need for that. This is the rear spoiler, which I just fell off a tree, so I cleaned it up. But this will sit on the car like that. Here is the radiator and part of the firewalls, 2 pieces each. I just glued them together. This tiny piece for the brake master, just glued on there. And then this will get glued onto the firewall here. It should go on there. Well, screws in a way, but it'll go on there, in there like that. I cut this off on accident. This goes in after you put it on the car. There's a little distributor. So that's sitting off to the side. The interior tub, there's nothing to it. This little armrest on both sides I glued in. That's the only thing that I've done. Everything else is already molded in place. But it does have some nice seating. I can get the camera to pick it up. So there's some nice detailing in there, but with my hands it's just going to be the same color. Steering wheel and steering column. I do believe there is a second steering wheel that comes with this. Maybe not. Okay, so just the one steering wheel. It's very nice. Let's see. These are the options to make it a dragster. So extended shocks, the lifters, extended springs, and then the different wheel backs for the different wheels. The seats I glued together, there's fronts and backs to them. They match the rear ones, but this is how they look. And that's the back of them. Here is the dash. Try to get it to so you can see it, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, but the gauges are nice and detailed. I was trying to get it to focus, but I guess it won't. But the dash is nice. There's another wheel backs for the drag version or stock version, whichever. They look the same to me, but of course, because I'm going with the stock version, I just glued fronts and back. Actually, I didn't glue this on. This is sitting in there loose. I just glue the front on. This is sitting in here loosely, so I can take it off and paint it and put the exhaust in there. So I just have it sitting in there to line up with the holes for where this is supposed to go. But other than that, everything's molded in. And there's really nothing else to it. I glued these two pieces on. That's really it. I mean, this is actually a very nice, simple kit. Not too complicated. Here is the exhaust, drive shaft, radiator hose, and then the manifolds, which everything in here is just going to get painted silver, and then I'll paint that black, obviously. But so this whole thing's going to get painted silver. Everything else is going to get painted black. I don't know what color I'm doing the interior yet. For the car, I'm going to paint it gunmetal, and then on the top is going to be clear red, and then on the top half is going to be clear red, and the bottom is going to be clear orange by Tamiya. I'm just going to airbrush them over, and I'm going to decide where it cuts off based on where this decal goes. So I'm gonna put this decal on here, and then this top half is going to be the clear red, and the bottom will be clear orange, and then this decal will be on there for the black with the red stripe. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on the hood. I'll decide that later, but for the side and the rear spoiler, I most definitely will. So that's how this car is gonna look. And then we have the chrome tree. So I got two wheel options, which I might go with this one. I do like this one. It's cool. At the same time, I might go with just the stock. Here's the air cleaner, side mirrors, rear mirror. This is the shifter right here. The covers. This looks like another hose. This is the bottom of the transmission. Grill and bumpers. I think this is for the hood trim. These pieces right here are for the dual carb that will stick out of the engine. And then of course this is the extra option. I think this is the drag option. Yeah, this is the drag option. Although I do like it still. And because it's a drag option, we have a couple extra wheels. So these are the stock wheels. They're blank on both sides. And then that is the tread. They're pretty much the same, it's just these two are bigger for the drag version. There's nothing on them. They're just bigger, that's all. It's the only difference. And you get two of those for these. Tail lights, which are very nice. And then a rear view, windshield, and headlights. That's pretty much everything you get in here. Looks like a couple of side lights, but that's all the thing in here for the windows. And then these are the decals. So this is, I'll be using these ones here with the black and the red stripes. These ones are cool, but not for the color scheme I'm going for. It's seatbelt decals. And a couple license plates. These are for the wheels, license plates, gauges here. And then let's see here, this is for the engine. And then just the logos for the side of the car. And that's everything that's on this decal sheet. So that is everything. I will get this painted up and I will come back to show you what it looks like. And this will be a quick part 1 video just to show you how it looks before paint, and then I'll show you after I get the first painted coats on it for the gunmetal, and then black and silver for everything. Okay, I'm out here filming in my garage. I just wanted to show you guys I got the gunmetal painted on my car, and it's nice and smooth. I did get a piece of dust on the top, sanded off and repainted it. So this is set for the gunmetal. I just used Tamiya. And now I'm going to spray the clear red over this, and then I can wait a couple days and then figure out what line I need to make for painting it orange. I'll figure I'll show you this before and after and the whole during. Alrighty, and then here is the car after just one coat of the clear red by Tamiya over the gunmetal. As you can see, it makes a drastic difference. Looks very nice. Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna let this dry. That way I don't mess it up. And I got the hood and the spoiler painted red. I also painted the side mirrors. Everything else just got painted black. I painted the interior gunmetal. So I'll be doing that up and detailing on red and orange and whatever else. But as of right now, it is clear red. I'm gonna wait a couple days for that to dry.